Zoro! Salmon! Zoro is in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. Oh, you know it's gonna be a good one. And you can just tell, based on so many of the scenes that are upcoming, and the latest trailer that dropped for Season 3 of JJK, you know it's about to be peak. This is about to be outstanding. And the animation for the fights, the animation for some of these moments is top tier. Yes! Top tier animation. And this right here is a crazy realization, way more so than you think. That's why I had to do a video on this subject. Everyone right here is looking at this hype season of JJK and how good this looks. We're in for another banger of a season. Maybe not on the same level as Season 2. What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at? Probably, but still a banger season without a damn doubt. Probably straight heat. But what the hell happened 2 years ago? The folks that are working on JJK were looking like this.
My back is against the wall. This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me.
Cooked beyond belief.
Please, no more.
There's a complete breakdown of this on AnimeHunch.com. I'm gonna read this to you guys because you guys have to remember what happened exactly. Because what MAPPA did was the complete opposite direction of, let's say, what Ufotable did. Oh. It looks like what they have done has paid off in the long term, which is crazy, and you kind of hate to say it, but the results are the results. If Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, in terms of animation alone, animation directing and so on, is gonna be a banger of a season. Wait, you guys probably can't handle light screen mode. Let me shift it real quick. JJK Season 2 animators reach a breaking point at MAPPA. Anime's future uncertain. JJK Season 2 animators right now. That face, hella fitting considering what the hell they're going through. Let's get right into the meat. On November 14, 2023, multiple animators, animation directors, and key animators came out and tweeted about the poor working conditions, suggesting they were approaching their limits. The most noteworthy among them were Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Episode 16 director Itsuki Tsushigami, Episode 13 director Kazuto Arai, Episode 12 director Shinnotse Okubo, and prominent animator Hakuyu Go. Hakuyu Go is a name that's very important, but I'll get that soon enough. Tsushigami had been vocal in the past too about the poor conditions, expressed that he had mixed feelings about the studio receiving praise for JJK Season 2 anime. Here his comments right here, translated. Although it is unpleasant to be praised in the name of the company, I have to be grateful for the hard work and dedication of the company's production and filming staff. They are contributing immensely to the work despite the unavoidable circumstances. Along with this, Tsuchigami reposted all of his previous tweets where he had talked about poor scheduling of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. He is someone who had repeatedly called out and critiqued the studio, though he never named them because of the apparent NDA contract the staff were required to sign.
Shut the f up, you cunt!
And on a funny note too, it didn't just apply for, let's say, Season 2, it also applied for the movie. Jujutsu Zero, the film, probably shouldn't have been completed in terms of production time. If we set a precedent that it can be made in that time frame, it will only make things more difficult in the future. Another person, Shota Shigetsuru, who has worked on one of, I think, is one of the best anime sequences I've ever seen in my life. Episode 1074 of One Piece, Luffy versus Kaido. Phenomenal. And as far as I know, he helped work on that too. Who worked as a key animator for episodes 14 and 16 of JJK Season 2 at MAPPA, also voiced something similar, expressing frustration with the cycle of overworking staff members and then using the results as an excuse to not improve working conditions. In my mind, vision right now, oh, you guys want the janitors coming in and clean up? Wrong, because y'all yapping. Y'all doing this. Y'all just yapping. Yo, improve work conditions, blasphemous.
This is blasphemy.
The worst cycle is when the staff members all somehow manage to complete a schedule that would be impossible to be under normal circumstances while seeing hell. Strong language, mind you. Japanese folks aren't necessarily known for being very upfront when it comes to stressful situations. A lot of times they're taught to endure and keep quiet, right? But again, Hone Sota is saying this stuff. Many animators were saying that this is really, really bad.
No good.
And the higher ups who only saw the results misunderstood and neglected to improve, thinking it's not that bad, it can be done. I wonder if the beginning of this was when they completed the movie in 4 months. So referring to just how insane Jujutsu Kaisen Zero was in terms of getting it done in 4 months, So with that same mindset, we apply it to, let's say, the anime for season 2. We can get all this done in a relatively quick amount of time, and it can be still fire as hell. But the staff, animators, directors that are working on that were losing their minds.
Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy on my soul, please save me.
And this elevates to the point where someone like Hakuyu Go, who has worked on some pretty damn amazing scenes for One Punch Man, the first season, the legendary first season, and me. Horny, guna, so on and so forth. But I digress. Good video though. So, Hakuyu Go, who has yet to be credited as an animator in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, suggested that he was working on an upcoming episode, asked that people quit MAPPA and throw their key cards in the trash on their way out. This too was enough to showcase the horrific working conditions that the animators were going through during the production of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and that now they had reached their limit. And I quote, "When leaving the company, throw the key card into the company's trash bin." Trash. So now I bring it back all the way to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. If Season 3 is a banger, and you can see how the animation is really freaking good, knowing that even people like Vincent Chansard said they weren't going to work for MAPPA anymore. Vincent Chansard, who is a well-known animator nowadays and did work on Sukuna versus Mahoraga, he said, nah, I'm done. Because that's how difficult Season 2 was for animators, directors, and company. And yet, when you look at Season 3, just considering how much of a backlash they got for Season 2, it's very surprising to see Season 3 be of this quality. Now, to be fair, again, it is a trailer, but the trailer's heat. The trailer is bumping. The trailer got me going like, God damn, son, woo! Season 3 looking like some really good quality content. At the bare minimum, Season 3 looks better than Season 1, and Season 1 was already phenomenal in terms of amateur content quality. I don't know if it's possible to duplicate Season 2's success and its quality, and it got better when the Blu-rays came out. Is that possible? Maybe, I'm not too sure. But if it's still top tier content, it kind of proves MAPPA's play to be successful, where Demon Slayer had to do tax evasion. The studio that does Demon Slayer, its CEO, the chairman, had a history of tax evasion, which some folks do surmise was because of what was going on with the quality of content needed to make Demon Slayer so successful and give it its insane animation production. If that is the truth, then okay, you avoid taxes on one front, but then on the other side, on the flip side, I mean, you just have insane production time scheduling, and you still maintain high quality animation by putting your animators and directors through the ringer. And even though that second option is pretty brutal on the folks that are working on the product, obviously, the product itself it's top tier. I think without question, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 will go down as one of the best animated arcs of any anime ever. Like, it's one of the best of all time. That's how stellar of a season it was. It was phenomenal. It was incredible beyond belief. I think in the long term, MAPPA came out on top, because at the end of the day, yeah, you have animators that leave and, you know, throw their keycards in the trash, but in doing so, what they create puts them further on the map. It further solidifies MAPPA as a studio of the culture, as a studio of the era, where, hey, in this era of anime, MAPPA is one of the prima linchpin studios by far and away. And they've come a very long way to be one of the prima studios of the era. And even though the era was, let's say, dominated by, let's say, Ufotable as the linchpin best animated studio, you could argue because of Chainsaw Man and JJK, and then at times Hell's Paradise, so on and so forth, that MAPPA has actually become the linchpin. They've become the true juggernaut of anime and animation. Again, wild stuff to say, but if this season is heat,
it is what it is.
Then their play in Season 2, those bags under the eyes of all the animators and directors, paid off.